could be used as a fuel source, an oil source, as well as a paper-making fiber.
Could hemp fuel help us to kick our dependency on highly toxic fossil fuels? Carbon monoxide is the leading cause of death in this country from poisoning. It accounts for more fatalities each year than all drug overdoses combined.
Over history, it would be hard to predict how many people have died from gasoline that didn't know what killed them. It is a poison-spreading material because it is distilled with benzene, hexene, and xylene, and toluene. These chemicals are all known carcinogenic materials.
Could this be the solution? That which fuels a romantic dinner is also a good fuel. Normal drinking alcohol, also known as ethanol, is the cleanest of all liquid fuels. George Tyson is developing techniques to produce ethanol from fast-growing, high cellulose plants like hemp.
We jokingly say this is the fuel that if you were burning it in your car, the reason a dog would chase your car was because he liked the smell of the exhaust pipe. As you can see, there is no smoke emitting from this in this room. Try this with a tablespoon or two of gasoline, and you will have the comparative test. Also, when your engine is through burning on gasoline, take it apart and see how much dirty carbon you find in the engine. We found that running a car 3,500 miles, we couldn't even get a white glove dirty when we took our finger inside of the exhaust pipe.
All plants are storehouses of solar energy, and all plants can be fermented to produce ethanol fuel. Plants also produce the oxygen needed to combust the fuel in a car. The emissions, carbon dioxide and water, are reabsorbed by plants. It is a clean and balanced cycle.
When one reviews all of the possible alternative fuels that we may use for transport use, ethanol emerges as about the only one that can achieve significant reductions in carbon dioxide accumulation in the atmosphere.
Even the 10% blend, where you only have 10% ethanol in the gasoline, lowers some emissions as much as 25 to 30%.
In the context of ethanol making a significant contribution to transport fuel needs, we need to think about producing ethanol from cellulose, or more correctly, lignocellulosic feedstocks.
All plants are made from lignin and cellulose. Fast-growing plants that are low in lignin and high in cellulose are most suitable for producing ethanol.
Things like switchgrass, cannaf, hemp has tremendous potential, both because it has many products to be produced from it, and also because of the tonnage it can be produced per acre.
Cellulosic ethanol, made from lignocellulose, any plant matter, is very different from making ethanol from corn. Unfortunately, most ethanol on the market today is corn-based ethanol, and recently the corn ethanol industry has been heavily criticised for pushing up grain prices, contributing to world hunger. The corn ethanol industry is not a viable alternative fuel. On the other hand, in most countries there is some surplus biomass that could be sustainably converted into ethanol. This would include suburban lawn clippings, industrial wastes, and plant stubble from grain crops. In the case of a hemp crop, a farmer could harvest high-value hemp seeds and fibre, and possibly medicine, and still have 75% of the biomass of his crop to sell to his local ethanol plant. The US government recently put hundreds of millions of dollars towards funding 6 cellulosic ethanol plants, and 10 major US universities are vigorously researching ethanol production. They have now theoretically discovered the technology to produce cellulosic ethanol at a price competitive with crude oil prices. That's great news, but like every industry, the cellulosic ethanol industry will have certain limits to be sustainable. Critics have noted that the technology could also be used to further decimate our forests and to further deplete our soils. So it's unlikely that ethanol will provide all of our liquid fuel needs. However, in my vision, especially with hemp as a major contributor, I can see that ethanol could be a valuable part of a sustainable energy future.
The time has come. Science and technology are complete. Your art and culture have reached a peak. Now work with my energy. Work with my energy. Work with my energy.